we have a worldwide audience, so it'll be nice.
You got people from Qatar.
Did we really?
Yeah. Carroll, I'm always
The phone. Look at me.
Your new nameplates have been ordered, but they're not here yet. I'll give you these back.
Just what I always wanted, thank you.
You're welcome. I thought so.
Oh,
Oh, there's the charger. I'll figure this out.
Public sheet. This is a little easier than this thing.
exact same, the exact same thing.
Thank you. I got toys and I got new paperwork.
This is for your information.
Why so? Does it look bad on me? No, I'm just trying to eat, that's all.
That's not on the agenda, that's the vacancy and agency from Rich.
Okay.
Report compared to other nursing homes, county nursing homes.
No, I did mine here. This goes on the website, right?
Yeah, I'll put it on the website. I sent it out to the delegation
Yeah.
also.
Do my own too. I haven't got a haircut in probably 12 years.
Yeah, it seems stupid to waste $30. I know this is a dump, where's?
So ours
Oh,
says Mountain
yeah, Mountain View, right, I
Yeah,
get it.
it doesn't say Carroll
This is
County.
Carroll, I got it.
Yeah. Bob, did you bring
928.
yours?
928.
Okay.
Later I want to ask you. I guess everybody's getting to the meeting.
Those two, those have been, I inherited them when I started here.
I don't know if you still needed yellow markers.
No, I don't need it right this minute.
We
but
can leave it
We
there.
may eventually.
Participation of, no, moving shit out here. It's just not directly right now.
Representative Avalani and Representative Taylor are on the Zoom today.
I gotta get home, I got family meeting.
They're, you can buy them, Billy. These are like $3-4 grand.
Yeah, I know.
You can get them right up in Chicago. Well, have them delivered.
Chicago?
Yeah, there's a place that's right in Chicago Village.
Do you know the name of the place?
No. Yeah, but the guy that I used to move them around is at Belmont.
Okay, that's good. 9:29. Quiet on set, 2 minutes. Okay, I think everybody is here that's going to be here, so good morning and welcome to the January 17th, 2025 Carroll County Commissioners meeting. You join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. No, you're not going to see Commissioner McCarthy is not here today. I don't know why. She didn't tell me, but she will not be joining us. Media questions. Anybody from the media, Melissa?
No, not that I can see.
We'll proceed to public comment.
Yes, Fred Kane from Wolfboro. I'm sorry that Commissioner McCarthy isn't here again. I do feel that if she's not going to be showing to the meetings and all, that she ought to step down and save the county some money. You know, these several meetings she's missed now. I also would like to comment on Commissioner Parker's, comment last week about the laundry at the nursing home. I think that's a wonderful idea. I don't know why it was never done over there when they did that building, but I think that's something that we should really look into and address, so it's right there in-house. And then lastly, I do want to let you know on the agency staff, I've been talking for over 2 years now. I've talked to the chairman of the delegation about this, and they haven't done anything about it, but we've finally gone over $3 million a year. We're $3,023,922.53. That's over $250,000 a month. $250,000 a month on agency staffing that used to be under $15,000 a year. I think that it really needs to be addressed. between the administrator at the nursing home and HR to find out, I have said before, and I will repeat myself, we're hemorrhaging on the agency staffing. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Kevin Hull in Board Village. I read on the agenda a short while ago, it was kind of a current event, that there was going to be discussion about the leasing of the hayfields next summer.
I don't, that, we have, we're waiting for, and I think it comes up this coming week,
Yep,
At the-
it closes on the 23rd.
right? The
Oh, you're
request.
still taking?
Yes, yes.
I-
So if you could hold that question for another week,
Okay.
we might be able to give you a better insight.
Thank you very much.
Carroll, Center Hospital. I just wanted to come up and ask if, since we have another Board of Commissioners, would you consider having public comment at the end of these meetings as well as at the beginning? I've asked for it a few times. It used to be that way. A lot of times, people think of something while this is going on, and there's nothing, they can't do anything at the end of the meeting to say, hey, what about this, or, so.
We would,
I would-
we would prefer, and we probably will move public comment to the end of the meeting for that very reason. So you can take notes, and as we
Yeah.
discuss things and go forward at the end of the meeting, you can ask questions rather.
That would be great, because a lot of times I'll be sitting here and I will think of something, but the meeting ends, and
And I believe it was originally changed because people were unhappy that the meetings ran so long, and hopefully that will not be the case going forward.
hopefully. Okay, thank you, that's all.
Do you have any other public comment? From,
No one on the Zoom has
No
their
one on
hand
Zoom?
raised.
all right, we will move to, do you have the Hales file?
I do, yep. Want to recess for that?
We will recess to go into the select would be the Hales location. 9:34.
I think this is just for your review, but it's the Hales statement of net position at the end of 2024. You can keep those.
We don't need action on this.
No, not that I was informed anyway. You have the two contracts that you reviewed last week for the
Yes.
statistical update and the assessing.
I looked at both of these, Harold, did you need to look at these? They just, so we need the motions to approve.
Yep, and authorize, is it just one signature? I'm sorry, I don't know.
Well, let's see.
Handy tag.
It is,
Actually, it looks like the majority.
there are
Oh,
3 lines, so.
Okay, so you'll both
We'll
sign.
all sign.
Don't need to authorize
We'll all
anyone. Yeah, okay.
I'll entertain a motion to accept the agreement of services, assessing services, and the
Statistical update contract.
statistical update contract.
I will move that motion. You have to second it.
I'm seconding it, yes. All in favor? Aye.
Is that Whitney Consulting?
It is Whitney Consulting.
Thank you.
Do you still want to hold the December 19th minutes until Commissioner McCarthy's here to approve them?
I mean, you're gonna have to, actually.
I think we have to.
You're the only one, I can't.
Right,
vote on it.
right.
Okay.
Harold can work on it.
All right, and then looks like we have one check to approve. Or, I'm sorry, it's an invoice to Hales, right? Let me see. Sorry. Karen in our office is much better at this. She handles Hales for us. Yep, it's a bill to Hales for fourth quarter reimbursement for the tax collector's salary and the commissioner and treasurer stipends.
Alrighty.
So
In the amount of,
$7,376.19. So as selectmen, you're approving payment of the invoice, and that's the check from Hales to the county.
and I have to sign the check.
Yes.
Go Right
Motion to
ahead.
approve?
Oh, so,
Second.
Thank
All in
you.
favor?
aye.
Aye.
That's all. So just need the cover signed, the check signed, and the invoice initials. Thanks.
Hey, no Nelson crossed out anymore.
Do we have any other Hales location?
That's all I have right now.
Go ahead. I have nothing, I was gonna move us out,
Okay.
but I realized you were gonna do it.
Then we will close the Hales location meeting and move back into our regular session.
9:37.
Next is the approval of the minutes for the January 10th meeting.
I have read them, and I really don't see any changes that need to be done.
I found them acceptable also.
Acceptable, that's it. Did you hear that, Melissa?
I did.
Okay.
Acceptable, I'll take it. Yep.
Next set of minutes, make them look bad.
Fabulous.
I move we approve the January 10th meeting.
Minutes. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Now I will need a motion to approve the accounts payable manifest for January 16th, 2025 in the amount of $821,649.27, and the payroll manifest for January 17th, 2025 in the amount of $226,732.54.
So moved on both.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we have the audit engagement letter from Vachon Cloquet. They are the auditors that we've used for the last several years, I believe. It's pretty much standard. I looked at it. Do you have any questions?
No, I read it at home, I have no questions.
It's not a set fee, it's an hourly fee. I don't know what that is. I asked for it, and I didn't get it yet. But 2 years ago, they billed us 90-something, $5,000. And due to our good accounting crew, we were down to $48,000 last year to do the audit. Hopefully, this year it might even be less, so hopefully. But anyway, that's where we are. So, motion to approve.
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
And if I could, I think you need authorization for the chair to sign. I think there's only one signature on that.
And authorization for the chair to sign.
Can I think about that? So moved. Authorizing the chair for signing.
All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Now we have the New Hampshire Association of Counties Executive Committee.
I was yelled at yesterday by the president and said, you better pay your bill, because I saw her in Concord. I said, okay.
Actually, we signed that this week.
Oh, we did?
Yes, we did.
Oh, good, we were worried about
We did.
So I would ask that you vote to reappoint the HR director, Linda Matchett, superintendent at the jail, and also the nursing home administrator to the executive committee. That leaves 2 more seats. And one of them is currently filled by Commissioner McCarthy, and then there's been a vacant one for quite a while.
Do we know if Commissioner McCarthy wants to continue on in the seat?
I'm not sure. I haven't heard.
Can we table this till next week?
Yes, yeah.
I'll take the second seat, because I see their lobbyists and their president all the time anyway, so
Okay.
I'll do it.
So that gives us,
That would give us 4,
4.
and we could hold off on voting on the vacancy later. If we could just get these 4 to the association, that would be helpful.
That's fine with me.
I'll make a motion that we accept the 4 people.
I
Or
second.
appoint the 4 people.
I second myself for more work, thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And then they are having a legislative conference on February 24th. It's in your binder. I don't know
Yes.
if either of you were interested in going to that. I can sign you up.
I will be out of state,
Okay.
way out of state.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm available yet. I will get back to you on that.
Sounds good. Thanks. Yep.
All right. Next, sewer system control panel replacement. Mr. DeWitt.
Morning.
Morning.
And all of the quotes
Nice to
are
see you,
in
Commissioner.
section 8.
Oh,
It's been a few years.
It has been a few years.
Glad that you're here to join us.
I have to work with him. I can be that. Show some sympathy, please.
Give us the short version.
Short version is the, and I don't know if, I sent these to Melissa, I don't know if she had a chance to put them in. This gives you a short version of cost that I'm looking at for
I
this
think,
year.
I
think she did probably, but
did that, yes, we have those.
just in case I brought some with me. Short versions of the control panels are 22 years old in our system. We have about 4 of them, and 3 of them are, have gave up operation on us, which are causing a lot of problems in treating our sewage properly. So I'm looking at getting the control panels replaced. All this kind of popped up in about the last week of December. I had an expert that comes from the company that we bought these from, who custom builds them, come out from, he lives down in Rhode Island, southern Mass area. Happened to be skiing up here, so it worked out great for us to be able to get him to come and saved us money on travel. But he walked through, spent a couple hours with our crew and walked through and explained a lot of things in our system that he thinks needs to be updated, control box being the top priority, obviously. So that's where we've been going on getting prices for those. They come from those top 3 prices. The 2 are from the one company and the third one's from a different company. Tuesday I have the electrician coming out because electricians would need to wire them up. And then the top 2 come from a company called AquaPoint. They would come out and basically program them and get them all started. That's what the commission is all about, get them all started. There's some various other things within the system that need to be, these other costs coming down below, for the most part, aren't critical right now, but that we need to do this year is fixing a few other things in the system. That's what those various parts means, and I just listed a few of them. The parts, panel parts, the next one, we've already bought all those this year, some things that needed to be done. I got a feeling that we're gonna need a couple more pumps. The 2 of them have been hanging dry in there because the recycling pump was constantly running because the control panels messed up and wasn't shutting it off. And these control panels, we're looking at anywhere from 6 to 8 is the common weeks out, possibly up to 14 weeks to once we order them before they even come here. So in the meantime, we may have to, I had it done yesterday, had to have some pumping done in front of the grinder. It's been averaging every 2 to 3 weeks that we've had to have that happen. So I did an estimate of having that 6 times over the next possibly 3 months or 2.5 months, and each time being on average $1,500. I've had them out here as much as right before Christmas. We had them, it was like $2,300 the amount they had to take out, and then I've had other times where it's only like $1,000. So I just kind of try to shoot for a ballpark of $1,500 that for those each pumping, and that's where I come up with that amount. So we're still missing the electrician, what they're going to charge, but this is kind of, the control panels are critical. They need to be up and running so that we're processing properly, and then this other stuff would be throughout the, that we'd be working on taking care of as we go along.
Right now, for those of you watching, the estimate is almost $35,000 without the electrician. But this is a critical part of our system, because without it we can't treat the effluent effectively.
I'm surprised it's 22 years old and still.
And at this point, where we do have a long time frame, we're entertaining waiving the bid process, which, as most of you know, I don't like to do normally. But this qualifies as a true emergency situation. DES has been made aware of this, correct?
Correct. I called the gentleman yesterday that is in charge of our discharge permit. Chatted with him about that. I was worried how our testing was going to be, and especially if we're looking at 8 weeks out to get control panels, what that effect will be. He said we did the right thing calling him. He was happy with that. He said, we'll keep an eye. He's gonna send me some levels that he would like us to see, not exceed. If we do start exceeding those, then we need to contact him again. He also gave me a number to a gentleman in their technical assistance department that could come down if we start getting to where we're exceeding those. He could come out and kind of start working with us and giving us some temporary, guidance to what we could try to do in the short term.
And we're also notifying them officially via a letter.
Right, Melissa's working on that.
Of the situation.
Correct.
So at this point, we need to order the panels. And anything else we need to go with, any other ancillary items, we're gonna order also, right?
Right now I'll just order the panels, and then we'll be getting the number for the electrician.
Okay.
And then, the stuff after that I think is important. I guess my point of view of it is, anything on the sheet I didn't put into the 2025 budget back in October because I didn't know about it. So
Our CFO has been notified of this, correct?
I sent her the same thing
Okay.
earlier this week, so she's looking at that, I believe. So that's my only concern, is I just didn't put this amount of stuff in our 2025 budget. So if we can find that, because like I said, I think some of the stuff doesn't need to be done until after the 2025 budget passes. That's not a problem.
Right.
Just the control panels definitely need to be.
So we need a motion to approve the purchase of the control panels at this point.
At the bottom line price here.
Well, it's, I'm not sure, do we need to approve the whole thing now?
I don't think you need to.
Or just the panels?
Just those top three numbers.
Okay, well,
Sorry, I didn't add those
I
together.
have-
Do
but-
math for me.
those are,
$17,929.55.
how much, Melissa? Yep.
$17,929.55.
I think that's the only emergency right now. At this point, we can come back and talk about the other stuff.
Okay, and you'll keep us in the loop.
I motion we approve $17,929.55 for the control panels for the sewer.
And allow the DPW director to sign, purchase, whatever.
And-
Allow the DPW director to sign
And
a
to
purchase.
order, yes.
Talk to
And to
people.
waive the
Second.
bid process for the reasons stated?
Oh, yeah,
Is that,
that's you.
going to waive the
Why
bid
we're not doing
process
Yes,
also?
yes, and we're gonna waive this, we're gonna waive the bid process because it's an emergency situation. I'll second that motion. All in favor? Aye. Anything else, Will?
Nope, just a quick rundown of, I sent some stuff into Bonnie about a 5-year plan. Just want to mention this about, since we're on sewer stuff. A couple other things that, in the 5 years that we want to look at is our auger, our Gorman rump pumps, and possibly what we often refer to as our septic field out there, but it's really a sand filtration system, to have an expert come out and look at that. So that's, we had talked about looking at end-of-life things, and we want to kind of start looking at some of those. And so these are some of the other items, not this year, but I think that we should be putting in our 5-year plan when it comes to the sewer department to be looking towards.
Well, I believe we're going to reinstitute or reinvigorate the capital improvement.
I was gonna ask you, do we have a CIP
Yes,
program?
which we had and we weren't doing, I'm not sure how it was working, but we're gonna go back to doing that. And do it, and go back to a 5-year plan of all the infrastructure and what may or may not need to be replaced, and an estimate of how long, how much it'll cost and when it'll have to happen.
So those are just a couple more items that I'm thinking in the sewer that we're definitely, when we implement that plan, that we'll be looking at.
All right, thank you.
That's it.
Keep us in the loop on that.
I will.
Thank you. Yes,
Good
Fred?
day.
Yes, a couple of things on that sewer. Who is the manufacturer of the controllers that you're using?
Aquapoint.
Okay. Have you ever talked to Prescott in regards to stuff like that? I know they build a lot of those controllers.
Chairman, do you want me to answer?
Yeah.
I haven't talked to EJ Prescott. Usually we use them for more our hydrants and piping and stuff, not as much in control boxes. Aquapoint's the ones that built the current system we have. They're the ones we have them as a vendor that we buy all our replacement parts. And they're the ones that looked at, because these, 2 of the 3 aren't just off the shelf, they custom build them to your system.
Yeah.
And so and those are the 2 from Aquapoint. The other one is pretty much off the shelf, but that's why I've stuck with Aquapoint because they custom built them, and that's where we get all the parts
Yeah,
from.
I know Prescott does custom build them. And also, wasn't that system evaluated with Seaman at one time, the sewer and the water, all that, when we were talking about this building?
Not in my time, no, sir.
No. Okay. Could
The
you
other
give,
thing, the other thing with that is, that according to the manufacturer's representative, he said that the panel life is probably about 20 years, so we're right at the.
oh, yeah,
It's
no,
not
no,
like- it's not like it- it's not like-
I told you, but I thought Seaman had looked into the sewer and the water and all and evaluated all that stuff as part of this. And just follow up, could you give us an update on the heat on that treatment plant that we were talking about a few months ago?
Yep, so we have the temporary heater in there right now. I believe the heater, the electrician just told me yesterday that it's been shipped out, so they're waiting for delivery of the heater, and then they'll be coming to install it. So hopefully next week, week after at the latest. My goal is to be at the end of the month, because then February we'd have to pay for another rental, so the goal is to have it in before the end of the month.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Melissa. Thank you.
Next up is the review of the badge access to our facilities,
Thank you.
which is number 9.
I don't know if you had any questions?
I really didn't.
Okay.
We did a review of who has access to what, and we've made some changes. We have some suggestions or ideas on who should have access, who shouldn't have access, or whatever. And Harold, you have that?
Oh, I have it. I have the chart.
What's that? That's the chart. This is what we have now,
Yeah.
and this is
No,
what we're proposing.
a couple of things make great sense. I like the fact that we're adding the CFO office in, and there's no reason for us to be in HR and payroll. So
Right.
That's good. The other ones I have
Do you
noticed.
do we need a motion to do this?
If you could, because we normally don't do that. It's just, someone shows up and whatever. Bob might be able to speak a little better too, because he's in charge of the badge system.
Well, then,
But I think currently how it is, it's just maybe whoever held that seat before, kind of it carried over. Is that fair? Or
Yeah, essentially.
How do you determine who
Department
that's?
head.
come on up.
Thank you. We've never had a formal vote by the commissioners, and I would really like that going forward as far as people being added or removed.
Well, I think this should be reviewed on a regular basis.
So that we just know who's who.
Right.
We've typically left it up to the department heads to decide who has access to what in their departments. But over the last couple of years, there's been a change of people and changes of positions and responsibilities and whatnot. So Melissa asked me to compile this information, which you have in front of you, and time for a review and make sure that it's still the way you want it or how you feel
Have
it
we
should
discussed
be.
this with the department heads?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm not in the habit of randomly changing people's permissions.
I'm sure you're not.
So it's nice to have, something that I can hang my hat on.
And the vault change is and you'll notice most of the change is there, and that's for security purposes, and we have an obligation for folks that have access to that area to be certified, CGIS
Called
certified.
CGIS, yes.
So we have a couple of folks that are willing to do that. I understand it's a process, but it's not too cumbersome, so they're willing to do it.
You're not allowed, for the benefit of those up there, you're not allowed in the vault, which contains our records and very sensitive information, without being cleared through the CGIS program.
Yeah, unless you're accompanied by
Unless you're
someone.
accompanied by somebody who is,
So,
right?
yeah.
I move we approve the changes as recommended.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. You can keep that if you want to.
Sure.
Okay.
Or if you want to email it to me.
Sure.
Yeah, just
Okay.
email it to me and I'll make
Thank you.
the changes.
Bob has something that's not on your agenda, but it's in your binder.
Fire away.
A few weeks ago, we talked about a change order from the roofing company.
Yes.
At the jail.
Yes.
And you asked for more information before you made a decision.
Yes.
So they have sent back the information as requested, And also, right around that time, they came and did what they call a pull test on the roof. Make sure that everything is, screws are holding like they should, yada, yada. And they came up with a credit of $1,250 that they said, well, if we don't need to do this. So
You're
they,
supposed to take credit for that in your superior negotiating.
well,
You're
whatever.
supposed to work.
However it works, the county gets a $1,250 credit. So their itemization of the proposed additional roof guards that they want to do is $4,700, but they rounded it down to $4,500. Being nice to us, I guess. I'm okay with that. So between the $4,500 and you take away the $1,250 credit, there's a $3,250
Additional charge.
change order. Yeah, and this is for the snow guards that they missed.
They missed one snow guard over the Sally Port when they did the, so we'll forgive them and we'll entertain a motion to approve the 32, what is it?
$3,250.
$3,250.
I so move because it's rare when you see the price go down.
Right.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
See, we have people, I see we have Chairman Adeline on, or is he still on?
Yes.
Would you care for any comments, Mr. Chairman?
Not at this time, Mr. Chairman, I'm just catching up. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioners' comments and reports. I only have one thing. It's going to be on the county website. It's an update on the agency cost and the vacancy report. And it shows the comparison of the other, I'm not going to read it all here, but it shows the comparison of Mountain View versus all of the other counties. And if you wish to read that, you can see it on the county website. People ask for that on a regular basis, so we try and update it. Commissioner Parker, any comments or reports?
Well, I'd like to thank Fred Kane for his kind comments at the beginning of the session. Chairman Ed Comeau over here, I will try to strive to be better at what I do.
I'm the chair.
You can be, you're a philosophical chairman, how's that? And otherwise, I'm glad we actually tightened up security around our badge access. I'm glad to see that. And I would also like to thank Melissa for the help she has given to me on maps of the county complex and answering some random questions out of the blue on the weekends.
Melissa is an indispensable part of our team.
So after the meeting, if you could come over and see the maps and...
No.
No? Okay,
No,
I'll
I
send them to you.
Oh, okay.
Melissa, do you have anything else?
I did have two quick things. I've been asked to get clarification on the vote from your last meeting regarding purchasing of county products. So,
Okay.
can you help?
The question was, where, does that include people buying things at the cafeteria or whatever, which obviously it did not. So you may want to expand that out a little bit. Just, I think you were referring to outside purchases, hay or whatever. I'm not sure what you exactly.
Well, it was hay, anything the county produces, let's put it that way, not receives.
Okay.
I think that should clarify it.
So,
Unless we
If you
produce
want
our
to
own
think
milk.
about, if you'd like to think about it, if you'd like, we can revisit it next week if you'd like to think about it. Okay.
I'll come
Or
up with
not.
a better word. No, actually, no, it's basically what the county traditionally produces on the farm.
Okay.
Unless it's nursing home. Nursing home will be exempt if they buy vegetables or something. If they do, I'm just throwing that, there's an example.
okay. The county produces blueberries, but the Boy Scouts actually handle that operation. Is that exempt from your motion, or can we still buy blueberries from the Boy Scouts?
You can always buy blueberries from the Boy Scouts.
Just, I was asked that specifically, so I just wanted to
We are
clarify.
not shutting down the Boy Scouts.
Okay.
That's un-American.
Okay, thank you. And the other thing I had was in your binder, there's a request from HR and the sheriff to...
Oh, yes.
Is that the memorandum?
Memorandum of understanding.
Yeah, so essentially, that just says that he is able to continue with the Legion Health Insurance, which is the carrier for the Sheriff's Department union.
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of a process, but it allows the sheriff to be covered under our insurance, as he has been.
Right. And the delegation did authorize as part of his compensation package that he
Right.
receives health insurance through the county, so this is just
It's effectively
solidifying that he
right.
can stay where he is on
It's
the
effectively a
current plan.
formality. Right. That's a formality, but we have to approve it.
Yeah.
So moved.
Second.
I'm starting to learn your motion look.
All in favor? Aye.
Yes, I don't want, want to make a comment or just want to make a motion?
Good.
And then for non-public, if we could have a non-public under C and M, just really quickly. And then here's your handy dandy new checklist, that might help.
You did, and
Very the handy dandy.
I had it, and I don't know what he did with it.
Thank you.
But Commissioner Parker has it, so.
Did you say C and M?
M, yes, C, M, yeah.
Motion that we to enter non-public session as allowed under New Hampshire RSA 91-A, whatever those double dots are.
Colon
3, comma 2, comma. Section C, reputation of any person other than a member of this board or subdivision thereof. And M, consideration of release of non-public session minutes. And then you have to call a vote.
We have to have a roll call.
You need a second.
Second, I'm sorry.
Then roll call.
Second, roll call. Commissioner Nelson. Commissioner Nelson. Commissioner Parker. I'm sorry.
You said there were empty rooms in the nursing
Yes,
home, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Move
Yes.
on, yeah.
A little levity here. And Commissioner McGee, yes.
Thank you.
10:04.
Where the hell did that come from?
Because he always did the roll call. Yeah, a little levity.
Levity.
A little levity, yeah.
You can look at it.
What is it? It's just.
It's 10:15.
10:15.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to motion to return to public session. I'd also like to note that, if I say this right, Melissa,
We will not seal the minutes.
we are actually not sealing the minutes because we are unsealing the minutes.
We're releasing the
We're
minutes.
releasing the minutes of 11/21/24.
Correct.
Is that a motion?
Yes,
Second, all in favor?
fine. So what was now private is now public.
And we will entertain a motion to, we're going to recess until the call of the chair,
So moved.
having no further business.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes,
Hang on. I just had a question. You
you may.
went under C and M. Which are you sealing, which are you leaving open? I'm a little confused about that one.
We did not discuss anything in,
There was nothing under C.
nothing under C.
As it
and was
turns
just the
out.
release of the minutes.
So M was just your review of
Yes,
non-publics? Okay.
Yep.
Trying to make myself clear.
No
Thank
problem.
Get yourself a copy, November 21st, you'll like it.
Always,
Are you adding a public comment to the end?
Yeah, I think we should flip it around.
we're going to have public comment at the end, starting next week.
Oh, starting next week.
Yes. I mean, you're welcome to
No.
public comment now if you'd like. I can.
Yeah, well, we've discussed that. It was 4 minutes for public comment today. I still feel you ought to have it at the beginning and have it at the end if something comes up there. You know, there's only usually 3 of us that speak, and I think that, you know, the 3 that do speak, we don't get out of hand and don't run over. So I really think you ought to reconsider that. When they did that last time, I went out and got a petition, got hundreds of signatures, and
Mr.
that's when
Chairman,
they
I
ended
move
up
we have
putting it
public
back.
speaking at the beginning and at the end of meetings because I don't want Fred out in the cold doing a petition.
I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
We will do that for you.
Thank you very much.
I'll even
Like
give you
I said,
5
it's not
minutes.
much.
I'll give you
Thank
5
you.
minutes, there we go.
Yep, thank you.
We're here for you. And with
I
that, we
appreciate
will recess until Monday, the
27th.
Yeah, we're switching over to Mondays at 9:30, just for the simple reason we're going to do it next Monday, but it's a holiday, so.
Correct.
After that, we should be steady at Mondays at 9:30.
Okay, 10:18.
I'll have a talk with my boss.
Thank you all.
For that, Wait, we're back to beginning of the end.
Unless there's anything you want to keep.
There's only three of us here.
There's no notes on it.
It's true.
The contract.